Hi, welcome to your yoga moment, where you're gonna spend a little time on your mat with me and Marilee. And we're gonna do a good 35, 40-minute class. So we're gonna do a nice kind of HIIT yoga, power yoga, where we're gonna get in, we're gonna get warm, and then we're gonna get out. So what I'd like you to do is, you wanna get this started, Mary?
Yeah, let's roll it.
What I'd love for you to do is come to the back of your mat in child's pose. So if you've never done child's pose before, you're just getting real comfortable at the back of your mat with your knees separated, as wide as you can separate them. So don't force yourself into an uncomfortable position. I want you to get into a place where you can just allow yourself to let your chest drop in between your thighs, where you can reach long through your fingertips. So just a little extension through the triceps, through the shoulders, and where you can relax through your feet. So if you're curled up onto the balls of your feet, what I want you to do is release the tops of your feet into the floor, relax through your toes, and then let your seat drop back. So Marilee's already in it where her seat already naturally just comes back. So if your butt's real high up in the air, which I see a lot in classes, then I'd love for you to see if you can sit back into it. If it doesn't feel good, you're not gonna sit there. Now I'd like you to just close your eyes, close your mouth, and we're gonna start a little Ujjayi breathing. So Ujjayi, breath, full bottom lung breath. We're filling up the lungs. You'll feel the rib cage move, and that feels really nice. So if you haven't taken a full deep breath yet today, what a beautiful feeling to just fill the lungs up. Let your rib cage expand. On the exhales, let it all out. So we're taking full, deep, long breaths with the mouth closed, through the nose, but it's really traveling through the back of your throat. So look up Ujjayi breathing if you're not familiar with it. Get yourself familiar with it. I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time here trying to teach you Ujjayi breathing, but it builds the internal heat. So what's beautiful about Ujjayi breathing is that it helps you start to get warm, and it also helps you start to get a rhythm to your breath. So we're in Ujjayi, and we're just going to take the upper body to the left side. Go ahead and walk your hands over to the left. We're going to lift up through your torso and just find a reach. And then you're going to extend out. And while you were lifted, you took a breath in. And as you exhaled, you'll let your head drop. And we're going to open up a little space underneath the arms, a little mobility through the shoulders. We're going to lift that up, and we're going to take it all the way over to your right side. So with your head and chest lifted, find a breath in. And then as you exhale, let your chest drop down, let your fingertips reach. We're creating some space from that left shoulder down into your left hip, along the left side of the rib cage. And then we'll walk that back center. And we're gonna find a long downward facing dog. So we're gonna step yourself into an inverted V. So we're trying to get a longer dog rather than a short dog. Sometimes people have a tendency to have a short dog where your heels are in the floor, we're already that long, you're kind of jamming up on your shoulders. I just want you to step out. So as you step back, bring your feet as wide as your hips. So your feet are only as wide as your hips are. And then I want you to look up and check out your fingertips. So bring your middle fingers in line with your shoulders, spread your fingers wide, press your palms down, lose any space underneath your palms. So if you're cupping through your hands, go ahead and press those palms down into the floor and kind of feel your knuckles press into your mat. Let your head drop down towards the floor. So that's gonna allow you to open up through your shoulders a little bit. So think about kind of opening your armpits to the floor. Then we're gonna exaggerate a little bit with your butt bones shining up towards the sky so that you can elongate through your low back. We're still in Ujjayi breathing, mouth is closed, check that out. And then look at your feet. Feet are in line with your hips and your heels are naturally lifted off the floor. And we're just gonna say a slow motion no. So right now I want you to think no tension, no stress through the neck, just nice and easy. And then say an easy yes. So we'll lift the head up, find a breath in. As you exhale, tuck the chin towards the chest. Take a few of those with your inhales and your exhales. And then let your head drop. See if you can find a little more energy through your seat. We'll lift the heels up. So come on up onto the tippy toes. Heels are lifting, we're breathing in. As you exhale, we're gonna lower it down. On the inhale, let's take it up nice and high. Exhale, lower it down. Two more. Breathe it in and find the lift. On the exhale, we'll lower. One more time, let's take it up. and relax it back. Stretch your right leg up to the sky, bend your right knee, flex your right foot. Flexion is toes in towards the kneecap, roll it open. So we're just gonna take that right hip and just kind of turn it to the sidewall. So think about if you had a little flashlight on your right hip, you're gonna light up that sidewall, but we're keeping an active foot. So the toes are pulling in so that we can stay engaged through that hamstring, through that glute. And then we'll drop that right foot to the floor. Left leg's gonna get high, bend the knee, find that flexed foot, toes are in. Yeah, and we're gonna peel back. And then that left hip, a flashlight shining, we're pressing through it. 5, 4, 3, 2. And then we'll drop that left foot and we're gonna shift into a high plank, right here. High plank position, we wanna tuck the hips, squeeze the thighs, so the belly button comes up a little bit towards the chest, and we're actively pushing yourself away from the floor. And then I want you to come right into your downward facing dog. The seat goes high and the head drops low. Shift into your high plank. We're gonna flow through this. High plank, tuck the hips, squeeze the thighs. We're actively pushing away from the floor. Downward facing dog, we're gonna drive up through the seat. And then we're gonna flow through it again. High plank position, high, downward facing dog, ah. And we have 3 more. Let's find that high, shift into it. Shoulders, elbows, wrists are stacked. Downward facing dog, heels are relaxed back. High plank position, we're engaged through the abdominals. So you're feeling the abdominals are on. Downward facing dog, drive the seat up. Shift into the high plank. Elbows are turning to the back wall. Triceps are strong. Downward facing dog, we'll take it up. Beautiful, one more time. Let's take the shift. We're in a high, pushing the chest away. Downward facing dog. Beautiful, very nice. So we're gonna challenge yourself to keep your heels even, in line with each other, as you very slowly take your right fingertips and bring them up in between your shoulder blades. So now that you don't have that right hand for your balance, we got to shift the body weight a little bit to the right to even out the heels and to even out the elbows. And we're just breathing. Now, if you want to play around a little bit with balance, a fun thing to do is to lift your left foot, even if it's just 1 inch off the floor, and kind of play around with holding that. If you can get it higher, keep working on lifting it up to the sky. So maybe that left Achilles goes up to the sky. You got to control it. You got to use the core strength to control it. Nice, Mare. 5, 4, 3, 2. We'll drop them both down, open it up, and then just bend 1 knee at a time. Move a little bit through the hips. Take the hips a little bit side to side. Move around in it. We'll straighten the legs. And then we'll go ahead and bring your left fingertips in between your shoulder blades. Palms flat and the elbow shines to the floor. We're shifting the weight a little bit to the left to get those hips even, to get the heels even, and then play around with lifting that right foot, even if it's just a tiny bit. Just you could lift and drop it, lift and drop it. Have a little bit of fun with it, or you can get a little more serious, engage through the abdominals, and get that right leg up to the sky. Yeah, you can reach through the toes. So remember, that left heel has to stay off the floor to challenge the balance. If you're cheating with that left heel down, then you just missed out on all the good times for this pose. 5, 4, 3, 2. They both can drop down. Very nice. Let's shift into our high plank. Come on back into it. High plank position. So now we're going to play around with a little balance again. We're going to take your feet a little wider than your hips, just slightly outside of your hips. We're going to tuck up through the belly button, squeeze the thighs. So we got to turn that plank on first. We're pushing the chest away from the floor with the arm strength. We're going to bring your right fingertips lightly touching your left shoulder. It's a light little touch. Yeah, now we have to think about turning that right hip down because it pops up because we're taking away that ability to equally balance it with 2 hands down. We got to use the abdominals for 5, 4, 3, 2. We'll place the right wrist back under the shoulder. We're going to stay in touch with where are my hips. Left fingertips come into the right shoulder. We're trying, to keep that guy shining down like a headlight down towards the floor. For 5, 4, 3, we're keeping the left fingertips light, so don't grab on and put the energy in there. Keep it in the abdominals, and we'll drop that left wrist under the shoulder. Beautiful. Now all we're going to do is lift the right foot a tiny bit, just a little bit off the floor. Yeah, we're going to hold it here with the right toes flexed in towards the shin, so we have an active foot. We're squeezing through that right quad, but the left quad's doing a little more work since we had to shift the body weight over. And then we're gonna keep that right foot lifted, and we're gonna bring your left fingertips to your right shoulder. Yeah, we're controlling the hips. For 5, very nice. 4, 3. For 2, place them both down. Reset into the plank. If you need a break at any time, come down onto your knees. Come into child's pose. Child's pose is your home base. You can come there anytime throughout the practice. And just, yeah, you can just drop and hold. If you're feeling stronger, lift that left foot up. So left foot's gonna lift, we're flexing the toes in, we're squeezing through that left quad, and the right quad is doing more work because we asked it to take on the load because we don't have that body weight in the floor. We're gonna stay in tune with where are my hips, very slowly, opposite hand, right fingertips are coming to the left shoulder. Yeah, we're gonna try and balance that right hip down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, excellent, 2, place them down, step your feet in line with your hips, come all the way down to the floor and relax cheek to one side. Relax the arms. So arms can be wherever you want them. They can be up here alongside of you. They can come alongside. If you have shoulder issues, you're bringing them exactly where it feels nice. Relax through your toes. Yeah, just let all of your body weight drop into the floor. And then we'll find a reach out in front of you. Go ahead and extend through your fingertips. Reach out. We're gonna look down at the floor so you have a neutral neck. I want you to think about not straining through your neck. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna squeeze your butt cheeks as tight as you can and lift your legs up. Squeeze your thighs and reach your toes back. Get your thighs a little further away from the floor if you can. Keep lifting them up. Glutes are squeezing. Low back's doing some work, but the glutes are squeezing to protect the low back. We're gonna lift the chest up, lift the arms up. Yeah, we're not lifting the head. We're looking down at the front of your mat. We're gonna lift the arms a little higher. So maybe now find a little mobility through the shoulders. So go ahead and lift them. Maybe they come up just a little bit higher. Yeah, we're still squeezing through the glutes. And then the legs lift a little higher. For 5, we're reaching out. 4, 3, fingertips are to the front wall. Toes are to the back for 2. And come on into your child's pose. Now maybe the knees separate a little wider because we're starting to get a little warm in there. Let the head drop down. Reach the fingertips out long. Relax through the toes. Relax your seat back. And then press yourself up onto your hands and knees. Let's bring the wrists under the shoulders. Knees are under the hips. We're on the balls of the feet. So if you want to work a little mobility through your wrists, turn your middle fingers in towards your knees or as far back as they'll go. So maybe they only turn out to the side. So we're gonna open up through the forearms, through the wrists. We're gonna peel back through the shoulders. Yeah, we're gonna push back through the seat a little bit. And then I want you to take your right heel up to the ceiling. So right heel comes up to the sky. We're gonna keep a flexed foot so the toes are actively pulling in towards the shins and the heel, the bottom of the foot is nice and strong. We've turned on the hamstring here. We've turned on the glute. We're still driving the chest away from the floor. And then we're gonna take your left arm out to the left side. Your left middle finger over to the left side wall. Yes, nice. We're trying to keep the wrist and shoulder in line with each other, and you're still lifting your chest away from the floor. Now, the arm and the leg are actively gonna lift a little bit. Let's take it up and down. For 8, lift and lower. 7, push through the roof here. 6, yeah, squeeze through the glute. 5, reach through the fingertips. 4, keeping the toes flexed. 3, we're getting a little higher on each one. For 2, don't let the chest collapse. Hold it up on 1. Excellent. We're gonna reach that left arm to the front wall. So go ahead and reach it out. Left thumb is to the sky. Let's do it again. We're gonna take it up. For 8, Marilee's working. 7, through it. 6, 5, 4, get inside that shoulder. Take it up. 3, 2, hold it up on 1, lift the chest away from the floor a little bit. Yeah, push down through that right palm. And then we're gonna straighten that right leg, push out through that heel, keep the toes flexed, and we're gonna take that right leg over to the right side. Yeah, and we're gonna reach the left arm out to the left side. We're gonna keep pushing the chest away from the floor. Let's lift them up. So here we go. For 8, Marilee switched hands. 7, so if you needed to do that. 6, you can do it. 5, she turned her fingertips forward. 4, 3, if that's too much for your wrist. 2, then certainly you can do it. If you didn't switch hands, what I want you to do is drop your knee and switch hands now. If you did switch it, fine. We're gonna bring that leg back, heel to the sky, reach back and catch the foot, And we're gonna roll open through that left shoulder. So if it still feels good, you can have that middle finger turning back in if you wanted to, but I'd like you to switch it up now. Lift through that thigh, 5, kick through that foot, 4, 3, keep the kick on, for 2, and then we'll place that right knee down, and we're gonna flip that right hand over so that you can reverse the stretch. So I just want you to take that top of your right hand, and I want you to put a little bit of body weight into it. So everything else is staying real still. We're just reversing the stretch here where there's a little bit of body weight pressing down into it. And then we're gonna come up onto the knees and we're gonna move through the wrists, so a nice circular motion, all the way up through the wrists to the sky. Interlace the fingers overhead, tuck the hips and squeeze the glutes. And then the pointer fingers drive up to the ceiling. We'll breathe in as you exhale, come right. Open through the left rib cage. Come back center, breathe it in as you exhale. Take it left, peel back through the right ribs. We'll come back center, interlace your fingers behind your back, pull your shoulder blades together, lift up through the chest, and then we're gonna come up to standing. Step one foot up and then the other, stay right where you are. We'll bring your feet a little wider than your hips. Let's breathe in, push back through your seat. As you exhale, we're gonna take a forward fold. If you had a flashlight on the top of your head, light up the floor right now. So looking through your legs, see if you can now straighten your legs a little bit. Push back through your seat. Yeah, breathe into your hamstrings. And then let your arms relax down and walk your upper body to the left side. Grab onto your left calf, lift your chest up, breathe in. As you exhale, pull, fold, bend the elbows, use the biceps, fold in. Come all the way over to the right side. Catch that right calf, lift your chest up, inhale. As you exhale, pull, fold it, let your head drop. Bring your head back center and walk yourself out into a high plank. We're gonna find our very first chaturanga, so we're gonna lower down, let the head come slightly forward as we stack the elbows on top of the wrist. We bring the shoulders in line with the elbows. We're tucking up through the pelvis. We're gonna hold this here. So this is our first chaturanga. It's real strong, we're holding on to it. We're still holding on to it. Make sure you're not shrugging through the shoulders. We're still tucking through the hips. We're squeezing through the thighs for 5, 4, 3, first we're gonna bring the knees down, then the pelvis, the belly drops to the floor, and we're gonna relax through the toes into a modified up dog. Come on up, we'll straighten the arms, shoulder blades are coming together, and then from the knees, we'll find the toes into your downward facing dog. Very nice. And then go ahead and bend your knees a lot and step or jump your feet up to the front of your mat. Bring your feet together, find a lift halfway. We're gonna breathe in. As you exhale, we'll fold in towards your shins. As you inhale, I want you to touch the side walls, come up to the sky, squeeze through the glutes. As you exhale, I want you to fold forward and exaggerate into it and feel something in your forward fold. Halfway lift, find a flat back. We're breathing in, step or jump back to your high plank. Chaturanga, we're gonna lower down and hold it, tuck the pelvis. Yes, the neck is long, top of the head is shining out. If you're modifying, knees will be in the floor. You don't have to drop them there. Yeah, if you're modifying, knees are in the floor, you're tucking up through the pelvis. If you're modifying, maybe your pelvis is in the floor, your belly's in the floor too, and you're just keeping those shoulders as high as your elbows. We're here for 5, 4, for 3, bring the knees to the floor, then the belly, modified up dog. Maybe you need to slide your palms back more. What feels better for your wrists? Downward facing dog. And we find the exhale. Bend the knees, step or float your feet. We're at the front of your mat with your feet together. Find a lift halfway. We're breathing in. As you exhale, we're folding deeper. Straight legs if you can. High to the sky. Come on up. Breathe in high. Exhale, forward fold. Come down nice and low. Halfway lift. We'll breathe in here. Find your high plank. Chaturanga, we're going to lower down. Final round. Let's tuck it right here. So don't look forward. Yeah, keep a nice long neck. We're squeezing through the quads. So we're using tricep strength right now. Find the strong exhales. So you can exhale right into the abdominal strength. Right into, yeah, big exhales. You can come out of that ujjayi, strong exhales on the work. 5, 4, 3, 2, knees, pelvis, toes. Modify the up dog, come on up. Downward facing dog. Find the exhale. Very nice. Shift into your high plank. Bring your knees under your hips, round up through your spine right now. Let the top of your head drop into the floor. So we're rounding up, Just bringing the belly button up towards the chest. Take the hips a little bit side to side. So come up on the toes and just kind of move through the pelvis. We're gonna stay on the balls of the feet and we're gonna look out a little bit in front of you. We're gonna open up through the chest. Turn your left middle finger in. Very nice. And then go ahead, actually turn both fingertips in. So we'll stretch both of the wrists for a moment. Breathe into it. And then we're gonna take your left heel and we're gonna bring it up to the sky. So left heel comes, we're curling that heel in towards the glutes. So you got that hamstring turning on, you got the glute turning on, we're flexing through the toes, it's an active foot. So there's a difference between just a lazy foot where it's just kind of a lazy leg kind of hanging out. I really want you to get into, yeah, feel it's already on, we're already working. Bring the chest away from the floor, actively push it away. Beautiful. Bring your right middle finger out to the right side wall. Yes, we're still pushing that chest away from the floor. Now we're gonna lift them both up. For 8, it's a little lift. 7, it's a lot of work. 6, maybe they get higher and higher. 5, as you move. 4, we're gaining that mobility. 3, 2, hold it up on 1. Hold it up. So if you need to turn that middle finger to the front wall already, you can drop that left knee and turn it at any time. If you don't, take your right middle finger out to the front wall. Right thumb is to the sky. Let's take it up. For 8, squeeze it. 7, lift it. 6, reach up. 5, through that shoulder. 4, keep that hamstring on. 3, 2, hold it up on 1. Make sure you're driving the chest away from the floor. Straighten that leg. Nice. Now we're just going to take the bottom of the left foot over to the left side. Yeah, work it over. And then reach your right middle finger over to the right. So if you needed to change that middle finger to the front wall, you can change it now. Let's find the lift. Ready? Here we go. For 8, 7, 6, 5, where's your chest? 4, think about it. 3, 2, bring them back center, reach back and catch that foot, roll open through that right shoulder, lift up through the toes, kick back. So we're strong, kicking through the fingertips, pulling on that right shoulder for 5. Maybe you can lift the toes a little higher. 4, yeah. Kick it a little bit. 3, breathe through it for 2. Easy release, we're in downward facing dog. Excellent, downward facing dog. We'll stretch your right leg high to the sky. Walk your hands back to your toes on the left. Turn your middle fingers, all of your fingers actually, your fingertips to the back wall. Lift your chest, lengthen, breathe in. As you exhale, fold and walk your fingertips back. So use your fingertips as your leverage to press and feel, but straighten that leg. So only going as far in towards that left thigh as you can work into a straight leg. You don't have to lock the knee, but just see if you can feel the length through that hamstring. And then we'll turn the fingertips forward and we'll bring your right leg behind your left and step your right foot outside of your left foot and then interlace your fingers behind your right calf. Lift your chest up, breathe in as you exhale. Another opportunity to feel in the back of the legs. Fold and stretch it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring the fingertips back to the floor. Bring that leg back up high. So reach that right leg up. And then walk yourself into a long dog with a high right leg. Fingertips come all the way up to the front of your mat. Right foot lunges, stay on the ball of your left foot, back heel stays lifted. Arms reach out to the side wall. We're coming up into a crescent lunge. So come on up, turn the little pinkies in towards each other. Yeah, reach the arms back. Look at that, mobility looks nice. Hips are like headlights. We're driving that left hip forward. So body weight's gonna shift back into that left leg. I want you to bring your left knee so close to the floor that you could just only slide a nickel underneath of it. So close that there's just a sliver from your left knee to your mat. Now, if you have pain in your knee, obviously you're not gonna do that. You can always drop your left knee if you need a break at any time. She's loaded in the back leg and she's working, and you're working your core as well. We're real close to the floor. We're just gonna find little lunges up and down, little ones. So if you're coming out of Ujjayi, you need to breathe through the mouth, that's fine. If you can stay in Ujjayi, stay in it. Just little lift and lower. It's real small, and we're always coming down to just that sliver, almost in the floor, where we're almost touching it. I want you to make sure that that front knee doesn't buckle in towards the center of your mat. So keep that right knee in line with your hip so that your inner thigh has to get stronger to keep it in line. Yeah, beautiful. We're still breathing through it. So we're only here for a few short seconds out of your day. See if you can bring the heat. Let's go for 5 seconds. 4, 3, for 2. Take a pause. We're gonna sweep that left thigh high to the sky. Keep the arms high. Drive the left thigh up into the chest. Keep the toes flexed. And then find the lunge back. Take a step back. Bring the hands to the heart center. We're gonna breathe in as you exhale. Edge of the left elbow is gonna work the outside edge of your right knee. We're just working a twist, bringing that right rib cage to stack on top of the left. Come back up into that lunge. Reach the arms up. We're in a crescent lunge. We're loading up that back leg. Just the sliver of your left, between your left knee and the floor, just a sliver there. We're gonna find little lunges. We're loaded up. So stay in tune with, if you need a break, drop that left knee at any time. If you need a break, drop your arms, shrug and roll your shoulders back. So maybe your shoulders are real tired. You can drop that down. Maybe your front thigh is a little tired, so you can just hold the lunge if you want to. Yeah, we're working through a small range of motion, but I want you to bring the heat. I want you to wring it out. We're only here for a little bit in this class tonight. So we're lifting and lowering for 5, or today, or this morning, whatever time it is for you. 4, 3, for 2, take a pause, stay right here, and then drive that left thigh up into your chest. Drive it up high, and then I want you to grab that knee and pull it up even higher. So lift up the weight of your leg and pull it in using your biceps. Yeah. And then slowly I want you to sit down into your right seat. So we're gonna take a single leg seated squat, hold on to that left foot, but I want you to look out in front of you because I want you to keep your upper back nice and tall. Keep your chest lifted. If you can catch that left foot, catch it. Now I want you to lift your chest again. If you can straighten your left leg, I want you to extend that left leg out. Lift it up with your arm strength. Flex your toes back. Breathe into that left hamstring. So we're going into hamstring. We're going into quad strength. 5, little flexion through your toes. 4, 3, for 2, chair pose drops the seat. Feet come together. Arms extend long. We're gonna tuck the hips a little bit so we lose that posterior tilt. So if you're sticking your butt out, tuck it up a little bit. Squeeze the thighs together. Actively squeeze the thighs. You want them to feed off of each other. So you want to work a burn and a depth into your glutes and your thighs where they're squeezing so strong together that you can build up the strength through the quads like that. Bring the hands to the heart center, palms pressed, breathe in. As you exhale, edge of the right elbow, we're gonna twist the opposite side of where we were. Keep those hips in line with each other. So make sure your right knee doesn't pop in front of your left. It probably will. Pull it back. Get your kneecaps even, and then smoke your seat down. So bring that seat, bring the heat into the seat if you can, without letting the knees come forward of your toes. Let's open it up. Right hand drops, left arm opens, reach and roll back. 5, 4, peel it back. 3, 2, forward fold. We're diving in. Nicely done. Step or float back into your high plank. And why wouldn't we want to come into a forearm plank right now? Why wouldn't we want to come down into a forearm plank? If you want to modify these planks, you're on the knees, but you're still tucking up through the pelvis. So make sure there's no sagging hips. I don't want you to go into that low back. If you can bring your fists, your wrists out in line with your elbows, go ahead and separate your hands. We're squeezing through the thighs, and we're pushing yourself away from the floor. We're going to march the feet a little bit. It's real light, just a little touch. Yeah, and the reason why you're touching lightly into the floor is because you're asking your core, hey, can you take some more weight off? Can you handle this weight for me? Because I don't really want to put it into my feet and into my toes. I want my abdominals to get stronger. Now we're going to stop the march. We're going to go into the sides of the abdominals, the obliques. So we're going to take that right hip and touch the right side of your mat and come square. We're gonna stay on the right, touch it to the right side, and bring it back center. Beautiful. It's a little touch to the right, just a little tap. Bring it back center. Little touch, we're going to the right side. Hold it center. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, we're going left. It's a little touch. Let's come back center. Tuck it up. Little touch left. Bring it back center. 2 more. Take the tap. Bring it back square. Take a little touch to your left. Bring it back center, 1 palm at a time. We're coming up. Chaturanga, we're gonna lower it down. Up dog, we're gonna breathe it in. So now the thighs are lifted, knees are off the floor. We're not in a modified. Downward facing dog. We'll find the exhale. Very nice. Left leg gets high. We're gonna walk back to your toes on the right. So as you come back, turn your fingertips to the wall that you can see. Lift your chest and breathe in. As you exhale, use the floor as your leverage. Keep walking the fingertips back. So I want you to bend through the elbows. Straighten that right leg. Push down through that right heel. Push down through the ball of that right foot. Push back through your right glute. Let your chest come into your right thigh. 5, we're pointing through your toes, so now we have extension, a little bit of length through that left foot. 4, 3, turn the fingertips back out to the front wall. Where you feel stable, bring your left leg behind your right. Separate your feet to where you can balance on both feet. Interlace your fingers behind that calf. Lift your chest and breathe in. As you exhale, bend the elbows and fold in. So use your arm strength. Bend and work into the biceps. Keep pushing back through the seat. 5, 4, 3, 2. 2 hands find the floor. Let's lift that left leg up and walk along dog with a high left leg. We're walking all the way out to the front of your mat. Left foot lunges. Sweep it through your hands or scooch it up there. Come on up into a crescent lunge, slow and steady. So we're gonna drive the hips forward. We're gonna drive the thumbs back. We're gonna work through. So if your arms are here, I want you to keep thinking about while you're here, we're bringing them back, we're bringing them back. You might be all the way up here. That might be your range of motion. That's a beautiful thing. Stay here. I just want you to think about where could I find a little more while you're here. And while you're doing that, don't shrug the shoulders. Say a slow motion no. So take it out of your neck. Yeah, get real relaxed through the cervical spine. A lot of energy. Pinkies are turning in. There's electricity flowing up through the fingertips. And that right knee, we're just going to slide a little nickel underneath of it. Shift that body weight back in. Need a break? Drop the right knee to the floor. Chill out. Need a break? Drop the arms down. Shrug and roll the shoulders. Now we're going to find some little lunges. So if you don't need a break, I want you to find the work. Go into it. That left knee is in line with your hip. So I don't want that knee buckling in. A lot of times we have a tendency to where when we're in a lunge, we can let that knee kind of turn in and then there's pressure on that kneecap. So think about Marilee's kneecap in line with her hip. It's in a perfect form right now and she's got it stacked on her ankle and she thinks I forgot about all the lunges that she's doing because I'm not doing the lunges. So it's like, hey, let's get 50 more. We just have another 5 seconds. 4, 3, for 2, take a pause because you can, you're strong. Drive that thigh up into your chest. Keep the arms high if you can. Drive the thigh, flex the toes. Keep the reach. 5, 4, looks amazing. 3, 2, let's take that step back. Let's load up that back leg. Let's find just like a sliver. Yeah, just like a little, you know, we're gonna put a little nickel under there, slide it under. Shift that body weight back. We're turning that right hip forward. Let's find the little lunges. Let's bring the heat. Here we go. So you should be having the heart rate up right now. You should be sweating right now, hopefully, because we're here just for a short time together. Let's bring it all where we can. No lazy butt cheeks. Keep that right glute on, right? We're staying on the low. She needs a break. I understand because I've been there. 8, 7, 6, 5. So then grab those hips. Look how beautiful that is. 4, 3, for 2. Drive the thigh up into your chest. Just hold it. Just hold it up there. Flex the toes. Arms are high. If you still have the energy, you can grab the knee already if you need to. We're going to stay right here for 5, 4. We're squeezing. 3, 2. Catch the knee and pull it up. Yeah, catch it and pull it in. So you're nice and warm right now. So I want you to think about you not coming down to your chest. So the tendency is to like kind of hunch forward. I want you to think about you bringing that up. Then drop the left seat. Still, so find your dristi, right? You're looking out at one thing that's not moving. Lock your eyes into it, catch your foot. If it's available, if not, stay on the knee. Keep the chest lifted, so lengthen through the spine. If it's available, straighten that leg out. Flex the toes back. So if you lose your dristi, you lose your balance, just come right back into it. Catch it, flexing through the toes. Now lift it up. So take that leg and pick it up. Bend the elbows, work the biceps. Toes are staying flexed. For 5, if you feel good, sure, you can drop the seat, you can bring the heat, but don't round that back. For 3, so more important than anything is a lengthened spine. For 2, chair pose. Thighs come together. Bring the heat in the thighs. Shift the seat back, right? Smoke the buns down without compromising the spine. For 5, keep squeezing the thighs. Squeeze them together so strong. Kneecaps are going to try and stay even. Hands come to the heart center. We inhale. As you exhale, edge of the left, bring those feet together. So ankles come together, right? Insides of the feet touch each other. Or twist in right rib cage on top of the left. Did that left kneecap pop in front of the right? Of course it did. Pull it back a little bit. Yeah, because it will. This way you can even out those hips. Left hand drops. Right arm reaches. Lift it up. Roll it open, feel it, breathe it, inside that pec. Lift it up, roll it open. Ah, where's your seat? Yeah, lift it up, roll it open. Forward fold, dive in. Those quads should be burning. Talking to you. Come on into your high plank. Right wrist is under the shoulder. We're gonna stagger the top foot in front of the bottom if you need to. Stack your feet if you feel like you can stack your feet and balance. Insides of the feet touch each other. We're lifting that right hip away from the floor. We're flexing the toes in. Bring your left middle finger to the front wall. Let your left palm drop down. If it feels good, look up. Just create a little length. Look up through your fingertips. We're still lifting through that right hip. We're asking the right oblique to do a lot of work. Lift your left leg up if you feel stronger. Reach your left toes back. Yeah, now lift it all up. Get high. 5, yeah, push away from the floor. 4, 3, keep pushing away. For 2, we're gonna bend that left knee, that top leg, drop the ball of your foot to the floor. Let your hips drive up to the sky. We're gonna back bend, just to feel good. So Marilee's dropping her head back because her neck feels fine to do that. If it doesn't feel good for you, you can look down at your right middle thumb. You can tuck your chin in. 5, 4. We're gonna bring the pelvis up, breathe it. Yeah, 3, 2, drive off the edge of that right foot. We're lifting through that left heel. We're active in that left calf. Come on into your high plank. Nice work. Let's bring the ankles together. So insides of the feet touch each other. Let's bring the hands wider than your shoulders. Turn your thumbs in a little bit towards each other. Pointer fingers are forward. Yeah, thumbs are in slightly. Now squeeze your thighs. Lower your chest down close to the floor and push yourself up. Tuck your chin in. Yeah, you can go as wide as you need to. Lower your chest down, close to the floor. Stay here. We're coming up for 4, 3, 2. We're in a high. Lower your chest down, close to the floor. Stay here. We're coming halfway up, all the way. We're in a high. Lower your chest down, close to the floor. It's a 6 count up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's get 4 singles down and up. Maybe you're on your knees, maybe not. 4, 3, work for it. 2, big exhale on the push, child's pose, let's chill out. Nice work, relax into it. So if you're not sweating, we should have a conversation together. You can contact me at tracy.fitness and let me know what's going on. You can contact me anytime with any questions if you like. Okay, so here we are. We're gonna interlace the fingers behind your back because we did a lot of shoulder work. I want you to just move a little bit. Take the arms side to side. If you're real tight, maybe you have a little washcloth. Maybe you have a little towel that you're using. Maybe you have a yoga strap that you're using back there. If you're tight, if you're really tight, you're definitely going to be working with a full strap if you have one. Just to move into the warm shoulders, because now's the time to get it. Now's the time. Let's come on into your downward facing dog. So hang tough with me, guys. We're almost finished. Downward facing dog with a high seat. We're going to shift into your high plank. We're going to bring that left wrist under your shoulder. We're going to try and get yourself balanced. Where were you on the other side? Stack those feet. Yeah. Lift that hip. Hips are like headlights now to the side wall. With the stack, we're flexing the toes. Reach that right arm overhead. Maybe you're looking up. So imagine someone's got that wrist pulling you forward. We're gonna lift that hip a little more. We're gonna ask that left oblique to do more work, that left lat, the upper back, that left shoulder. Lift your right leg. Reach your right toes back. Lift that right leg higher. Keep getting away from the floor for 5. Keep reaching on it. 4, 3. Keep lifting it if you can. For 2, we're in a high plank. Nope, we're not. We're in a back bend. So you'll bend that right knee, lift that right heel. You're on the edge of that left foot. You're still driving the hips up towards the sky. So breathe into your rib cage. 5. Nice memory there, Marilee. 4, 3. For 2. And then come on into your high plank all the way down to the floor and just relax. Let it go. Cheek to one side. Let it all go like we did before. Relax and release. Let's take a moment. Bring your chin center. Reach your right arm out to the front wall. Bend your left knee. Yeah, so you're going to catch left hand to left knee.
Wait.
No, you're right. Left hand to left knee. And then you're going to press down through your right palm and just bring your chest away from the floor. Yeah, so you can work it to where your palm can press back and you can push your chest even more. Yep. And now we're going to guide your heel in towards your glute and bring that knee in line with your hip. Yeah, so don't let the knee go too far out. We're just going to breathe into that quad. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to keep the same leg and we're going to switch the hands. Left hand reaches, right hand catches. And now here, I want you to lift your thighs up. Both of them. So now the right leg lifts. Now lift your left arm up. Look down at the floor. Turn your left thumb to the sky. Lift everything up. Take the chest and the thighs. Kick the foot back. 5. Reach the toes up. 4, 3. We're inside that right shoulder. For 2. And then cheek to the other side. Let it all go. Relax down. Let's take a few seconds here. Let's just take a few seconds to chill out into the floor. To let your heart rate come down a little bit. You can say some mean words to me. It's okay, I can take it. All right, we're bringing the chin center. And then we're gonna go ahead and extend that left arm out, that left palm's on the floor. Bend the right knee, right hand to the foot. We're on the ball of that left foot, so you can use the toes here. Lift that right leg, lift it up. Yeah, now walk that hand back. Push the chest away from the floor. Guide the heel in. Yep. And then make sure that that knee doesn't come so far out to the right. So stay in tune with where the knee is. Breathing into it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We'll keep that right knee bent. We'll bring that right arm out. Left hand to the right foot. Now, both thighs lift. We'll point back through the left toes. Thighs are up. Right arm lifts, right thumb is up, chest lifts. We're gonna take it all up and we're gonna still kick back. Remember, you're not looking forward, you're looking down so you can stay out of the neck. 8, 7, get higher. Kick stronger a little bit. 6, 5, get that right arm up. 4, 3, because it's warm. For 2, release it and flip over onto your back. And we're just gonna find a nice extension of your arms overhead and your toes reaching long. And then you're gonna lift your heels up as high as your hips, squeeze your thighs. So lift your legs up. Yeah, heels are off the floor, very nice. And you're gonna flex your toes in towards your face. And then you're gonna reach your arms out to the outside of your knees. So the upper back now is lifted off the floor. Toes are flexed in towards the shin. We're gonna find a little pulse through the upper body. Here we go for 20, 19, 18. If you need a break, 17, bend one knee and drop one heel. 14, if you need a bigger break, bend both knees, drop both heels. 11, 10, 9, let's reach it to the sky now. 8, yeah, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, upper body drops, heels go to the sky. Bring the heels up, yeah. Reach up and catch that right leg, extend that left heel out. 2 hands on, that's your right leg, nice, yeah. Reach up and catch it, chest to the thigh. Let's alternate, here we go. So we'll crunch up, it's a lift and lower. 9, 8, see if you can catch the foot even. 7, yeah. 6, pull the ball of the foot back. 5, 4, 3, 2, come into reverse Superman. Arms reach back, shoulder blades are off the floor. Yeah, legs are lifted. That's it. Yeah, right here. Now, here's what we're gonna do. Cross the legs, cross the feet. Yeah, squeeze the thighs. Yeah. So Marilee's supporting her head, her neck, but if you don't need to do that, you can keep the arms straight back. Keep the shoulder blades off the floor. So let the upper body get higher. Try and take it out of the neck. Yeah, we're finding speed through those legs for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, for 2. Relax down. Hug the knees into the chest. Rock a little bit, side to side. Cross your left knee over your right. Lift your upper body up, lift your feet up, catch the edges of your feet. Yeah. Slide your right knee down by your left ankle or as far down as it'll go. Let your head relax and then pull back. Bring your feet back towards your shoulders. Pull into that hip, into that glute. And then reverse it. Reverse the cross. Catch the feet, lift it up. Slide that left knee down by that right ankle. Let your head relax back. Pull your feet back towards your shoulders. Breathe it. Close your eyes for 5. So where can you let go? Let go through your cheeks. Let go through your jaw if you're clenching your teeth together. Let your eyeballs roll back a little bit, but don't let go through your arms. Keep pulling back, feeling inside that glute. Very nice. Now reverse the cross again. Keep your upper body in the floor. Drop your palms out. Breathe in. As you exhale, left knee's over the right. We're going to drop to the right side. Press down through your right shoulder blade. Come back center. Reverse the cross. Breathe in as you exhale. Let's come over to your left side. One more time. Come back center. Reverse that cross. Breathe in as you exhale. Let it feel good. Come back center. Reverse it. Inhale as you exhale. We're coming to the left. And then come back center. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees splay out to the side. Lower body, we're in butterfly. You can keep your arms where they are. You can bring them alongside of you. You can reach them overhead. Where do your shoulders feel like they can relax? And now I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to think about letting the weight of your knees and inner thighs drop out towards the floor so that you can allow your psoas to just be as vulnerable as it can be in this position where you just completely let gravity take over and kind of pull the outer edges of your knees down towards the floor. And then can you completely relax through your shoulder blades? So let your vertebrae, your thoracic, the middle of your spine, let it go. Let it just drop into the floor. And then think about the cervical spine. So the top of the neck down to right down to the end of your neck. Let that drop into the floor. And did you already release through your eyeballs? Did you let your eyeballs roll back into their socket? Did you let the weight of your head relax into the floor? Now let's bring your mind space into that place that's all about setting an intention for yourself. So no matter what time of day it is, I want you to think about creating a space for yourself that's all about self-love. So a moment right here, set an intention for your self-love from now until the time that you go to bed tonight. Slowly straighten your legs. Slide your heels down and let your legs just fall out to where they feel good, where the back of the knees can be relaxed. And then that lumbar, we're going to go into the lower part of your spine. See if you can let the vertebrae just drop down into the floor. Relax through your pelvis. We're in thoughts of self-love. So right now, your intention is all about just saying good, kind words to yourself. Your intention is all about protecting yourself right now from the outside world, from the outside thoughts, from any negativity. And then I want you slowly turn onto your right side. And bring your right arm underneath your head. And let your knees tuck up into your chest. So you're just nice and cozy in the fetal position right now. Let your body weight drop back down into the floor. Keep your eyes closed if that's available. And I want you to take a moment right here to move into gratitude. So we're relaxed in the floor, and you're only letting any thought that comes into your mind space is only going to be about what you feel happy and thankful for. And if you can stay on your mat in this nice cozy fetal position for another 5, 10, 15 minutes, then give yourself that gift of just enjoying your gratitude. Beautiful, beautiful practice. Thank you for being here with us. Namaste.